Okay folks, we're going to start with the next part, which is a tripod demo. This is your best friend when it comes to creating stable fluid shots. Anytime you're into an extreme close-up or you're looking off at something that you're going to need to follow and track that motion, using a tripod on that will really help your shots look more professional. Okay? We're going to use the metaphor of the body here to kind of explain what the different parts of this tripod are. We're looking at the legs right here. We're looking at the tripod arm right here sticking out to the side. We're talking about also the head of this tripod. Okay? When I am setting up a tripod, what I'll usually start with is the legs. Okay? The legs can be spread out all the way in some cases, but generally I don't do them all the way because otherwise you end up with a tripod that'll stand up too high and you can't adjust the height of that. So what I'll do is I'll back down and actually extend the second legs just a little bit, about halfway, so that gives me some playroom that I can then later adjust the pedestal on it. I'll go ahead and continue the second legs, and I'll try to match these up so that when I do spread the legs on it, the tripod will be even. Okay? Go ahead and do the third one and push that out to the air as well. I can test this really quickly just by holding the tripod down and seeing that all three legs are actually touching. If they're touching, then you'll note that it should be even. If they're not, I can just adjust one of them and let it go. Now you're ready to spread the legs. When you spread these, some of the spreaders actually just have a set width that they go to. Some of the other ones will actually spread really, really wide. Just be cautious that you don't create a tripping hazard as you are essentially getting that thing spread out. Okay? Now I'm not quite ready for a camera yet until this is actually level and secure. So I do have some buttons that I can control. I have my tilt knob right over here that should be set snug, and my other pan button I can leave loose. I say snug just because these things are not made of the hardest metal, and if you crank down on them too hard you can actually break those connections. So never want to muscle anything so tight that it's hard to get off. Okay? Once I have that off, I'm ready to attach take care of my base plate. You'll see from the image here, the base plate literally is right on the actual top of it. It has a release that I flip with my hands. Okay? And now you can see that this has certain grooves on it. Okay? And those grooves match this, and I slide it in and pop it down, and this quick release shuts on it. Okay? So when I'm ready to get my camera on, I'll take this base plate off like this, and you can see the screws on the bottom. Those will actually attach directly to the bottom of the camera. You can see from it that the screw is really not that big that's connecting to it. So once that camera's on there, it's kind of fragile, all right? And I'll show you that really once it's on here, you never want to grab the camera to move it. That's what your tripod arm is for, all right? So let me grab a camera here, and I'll go ahead and screw that bottom base plate on. Beware that sometimes for bottom loading cameras, you have to put the tape in before you put the base plate on. Otherwise, you'll find that you'll have to take it off to get the tape on. So once I have that snug, it shouldn't wiggle, okay? I'm just going to go ahead and, like I showed you before, take that and slide it in at an angle, okay, till I push down on it and the quick release shuts. I never want to let go of the camera till I'm sure that that quick release is snug and that everything's in there, all right? I can also double check the levels. You'll notice that on this tripod rig there is a little green bubble level I'm pointing to right here. It's kind of hard to see in the shot, but that too, if the air bubble is in the center of that red circle, you'll know that you've got a level tripod that's essentially ready to go for shooting. Okay? As I showed you before, I can always raise this pedestal. There's a release switch on this, and here I can jack the camera up higher and make those fine adjustments so that if I do need a level shot, or an eye level shot, I can just pop that up and get to it. You'll notice that the tilt started to fall. I should have left that a little bit more snug so that now I'm ready to go. Okay? These plugs, these knobs, if you leave them kind of snug, it'll create a nice resistance where you can get a nice fluid movement. So once you get your camera on here, you want to just go ahead and practice to see what you can do in terms of tilting shots, right? Or tilting and panning, okay? Because as we talked about before with movement, you're always going from something to something. So it's nice to set up a shot where you see something, start from there, pan back or zoom or pan to the right or zoom out as you're doing that, and you'll see what works more comfortably for you. If you want to keep your left hand on the arm or your right hand on the arm, your left hand on the buttons, you'll see how that works. But remember again, when you have this on here, you never want to move the tripod from the camera because it's only that little screw, okay? Instead, you want to make sure that you're using the arms, okay? Now, once it's set up, if you need to travel, which as you're changing setups, that's easy enough to do. You don't have to break this whole system down. Just make sure your tilt is snug, okay? And you're going to grab the legs and just collapse the legs, okay? And when they're collapsed like this, it's much easier to negotiate through doorways or around furniture or whatever the case may be in order to stay mobile, all right? And when you are done, just go ahead and reverse the process. All right, just always protect the camera first. Take that off, put it somewhere safe, and you'll remember that these base plates always live on top of that. Without the base plate, the camera is useless, okay? Put the camera and the tripod somewhere else, and you're ready to go ahead and drop these down. And close the legs. And you could do these all at the same time. Okay, and you'll get better at doing these quicker and quicker as you get more practice. Once I clamp that down, now I'm ready for travel again.